Hello my loves, and welcome to today's drawing time-lapse video and studio sessions episode 44. For today's drawing, I used a pretty simple set of supplies that mainly composed of pencils and erasers. I've listed all of them along with links to purchase them in the description below. Today's video is brought to you by Squarespace, which is what I've been using for the past 4 years to build and host my website and online shop. I absolutely love them, and I'm so honored to bring you guys this special offer. So whether you need a domain, website, or online store, make your next move with Squarespace. Start your free trial today at squarespace.com and visit squarespace.com/happydartist to get 10% off your first purchase. So I put some of my own stickers on this moleskin sketchbook, and I had left it empty for quite some time. So for this drawing, I thought I would actually use the notebook and make the piece entirely on moleskin paper. Drawing in this old sketchbook of mine got me feeling pretty nostalgic, so I had the idea to revisit an old friend, a theme that I hadn't touched in a while, and that is mushrooms. So I realized during this past summer, when I was super busy with a bunch of my mermaid themed pieces, I had kind of forgotten how much I loved drawing and painting mushrooms. A few years ago, I had found every single excuse to incorporate mushrooms into every single piece that I possibly could. And I think as time went on, I just got a little bit bored with drawing and painting the same motifs over and over again, so I moved on to something else. And now that it's been a while, I miss it. So it got me thinking about today's topic of discussion, which is what to do when you're bored of your artwork. And in the same vein, if you're bored and thinking about changing up your personal style, how do you do it? How do you change the way that you draw or paint, or change the subjects that you draw or paint in a way that is helpful and productive and also won't scare away your current following? First of all, before I share any advice, I just want to say that every artist is different, so my thoughts and opinions might not work the best or apply to every single person out there listening to this or every single situation. This is just my own personal outlook, so please take what I say with a grain of salt. I think it's inevitable to sometimes feel bored with your own work. First of all, when you practice getting better at something, the process of practicing is basically drawing or painting that thing over and over again until you see improvement. So practicing itself can be boring in nature because you're repeating the same thing until you get better at it. And even when you're not practicing and you're drawing or painting for fun, it's also common for artists to naturally drift towards a certain style or subject matter that they feel most comfortable with or feel most connected to. And I think this is part of what makes up an artist's personal, unique style. It's the same way that we all have unique fingerprints. No two human beings share the same fingerprint. I also feel like if given enough time and opportunity to create and enough dedicated hours into practicing, every artist will have their own unique style. Of course, we all observe and borrow and get inspired by other artists, so sometimes you'll have similar families of styles, similar to how you have similar genres of music. But I think as long as artists keep creating, our own personal style will eventually emerge. And a personal style has a few basic components, in my opinion. There's the matter in which you draw or paint, so that's your line work, your color palette, your own unique artistic fingerprint. And then there's the subject matter in which you choose to portray in your artwork. Whether it's done on purpose or done subconsciously, there are always going to be things that we naturally as artists gravitate towards. For me, it was mushrooms, mermaids, a lot of alien-looking females. For other artists, it might be cityscapes, landscapes, buildings. Some artists might choose to portray more cartoon or manga influenced work. So every artist has their own little niche, their own unique set of interests. And when you develop a signature style, the process of creating an aesthetic and artistic brand that is recognizable and unique to you does involve a lot of repetition, because having a unique personal style means that someone can see a piece and without knowing it's made by you, they can feel or immediately distinguish that it's made by you. And again, that's done through the style in which you create your art and also the subject matter that you like to portray. So after developing a unique personal style, you might also feel at times bored with your work, because just like with any other facet of life, it's in our nature. If we repeat the same thing over and over again, we will get bored. So when I'm beginning to feel bored with my own work and craving this desire to explore and branch out, the first place I always go to, the most low commitment way to explore and change things up, is through my sketchbook. If I start exploring on a big piece, let's say for a gallery show or a client, it can lead to disastrous results, because if the experiment doesn't go well and I'm, treading into unfamiliar territory, working with subjects that I'm not used to, or working with color palettes that I haven't really studied or practiced, that is a landmine for potential mistakes. And when you have important deadlines, if you do this as a career, sometimes you can't afford to make those mistakes. So I always start experimenting in my sketchbook and starting out small. It's a great way to kind of test the waters to see if this idea I had in my head actually works when it's fleshed out on paper. Creating these small-scale experiments in your sketchbook first is also a great way to learn more about what naturally speaks to you as an artist. Sometimes we have to try something and fail to know that it wasn't for us. The sketchbook is a great place to brainstorm every single possible idea, test the waters, and then gradually hone in on the ideas that truly inspire you and speak to you. When I felt bored with my work, I used to think that I needed to do something drastically different, to change myself so dramatically that people will be astonished and completely blown away. But then I realized that's not what makes me happy. Through my own sketchbook brainstorming sessions, I discovered that while I do at times have a desire to change things up, I'm only comfortable doing so in subtle and gradual ways. So if I get bored of drawing mushrooms, I'm not really comfortable making the leap to start painting abstract or geometric shapes, for example. Instead, I might just introduce different members of familiar themes in the nature family, such as foliage or bodies of water or flowers. I found that a lot of what makes me bored with my art is a combination of keeping everything too similar, keeping the subject too similar, the color palette too similar, the composition too similar. So if I just switch up a few things and tweak them, such as maybe drawing a full body instead of just a close-up portrait, or incorporating the mushrooms into the figure in a different way, I can always stick to the same things that give me my signature style, the things that I connect with personally and things that I truly enjoy painting and drawing, without deviating too far from what makes me feel unique and feel truthful as an artist. And that's about it for today's video. Thank you all so much for listening to my thoughts. I am also very interested to hear your opinions about what you like to do when you feel bored with your artwork as well. So please feel free to share them in the comments below. If you'd like to see more day-to-day updates on my art, progress photos, and various artist life adventures, feel free to follow me on Instagram. My handle is @happydartist. Also, you can check out my Patreon page for so much more exclusive content, such as my monthly coloring challenge, my exclusive Patreon video podcasts and tutorial videos, and so many more helpful instructional content for any art lovers or aspiring artists. Check it out at patreon.com/happydartist. Thank you all so much for watching and subscribing. I hope you have an awesome day, and I'll catch you in the next video. Bye!